Welcome to the 7 o'clock hour. We're going to try to make it an hour of power. And today, let me tell you what, I'm mad at just everybody that I can be mad at, and I don't care. Hello to everyone out there in YouTube, Vicky and Louisa, Electra and Stefan. We all out here. Hey, Sam and Darling.
Hello.
Hey, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Listen, ain't nobody got no birthdays today. Hey, Mr. Libra. Nobody's got a birthday today. So what we gonna do? How we gonna start? Cause I got stuff saved up for certain people. I got a lot of stuff saved up for certain people.
Oh, so do I. So I think we should probably start with days, since I think doesn't Sanchez usually run late on Wednesdays?
Yes.
So should we
you
start
don't
with
want to
days?
start with her,
Oh,
but then
right.
you don't.
Yeah.
No, don't start
Yes,
with days.
let's wait. Yeah, let's wait to do days.
Because then nothing happened on GH that I cared about, except for Tasha Yar and that man I don't know told Elizabeth she didn't want to push her daddy's hoe down the stairs.
What?
Girl, I told you yesterday. Elizabeth was sitting there fussing with her mom and daddy because her mom and daddy was broke up, and Elizabeth and her daddy was wherever it was. This lady fell down the stairs and her mama wasn't there. And Elizabeth was fussing with the lady and calling her a homewrecker. And the lady was like, well, Elizabeth, you're just a child. You don't understand. And then Elizabeth, they would come back to like the here and now. And Elizabeth was telling her mom and daddy that she didn't want to remember. And Tasha Yar was like, well, girl, it's time for you to remember now. Shit, you've been holding this forever. Me and your daddy here, so you might as well remember. But then they told her, because she asked them yesterday, who the hell pushed this lady down the stairs? And Tasha Yar said, you pushed her down the stairs, girl. And then
What lady?
The lady that Jeff was cheating on his wife with.
Oh.
Jeff was having an affair with this woman, Rico, whatever her name is.
Yes, honey. His daddy, she pushed her down a flight of stairs.
Is she dead?
And the whole dad, I guess. That's why she blocked it all. She been blocking it, and her mom and daddy been reinforcing this blocking. And now that it's manifest as ghosts and shit, haints and all of that, they came and they told her it's time for her to face the truth and go ahead and accept it. Elizabeth is still blocking it because she like, I ain't no way I pushed somebody down the damn stairs. And her mama was like, well, I wasn't there and your daddy wasn't either. It was just the two of y'all. So how she get to the bottom of the stairs if you didn't push her? She pushed her down the stairs.
Because I didn't get to catch the show, but I caught some clips. So apparently the setup was Liz walked in on her daddy and this woman.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes.
Did they give y'all a flashback?
Yes, they had these whole sepia colored flashbacks.
Yeah.
Explaining what happened. And so now the thing is, but the way that they were explaining it, I'm not sure. Nobody actually saw Liz do it, did they?
It was just her and the lady in the hallway, but her mama wasn't there. So that's the thing. Her mama got an alibi because she said she wasn't there when this happened, and her daddy wasn't there when it happened. It was he was down the hall or somewhere. I don't know, sleeping, but it was just supposedly Liz and her daddy's home.
Right. The other woman left, and Liz went after her, and the woman ended up having some type of internal bleeding. It wasn't the fall that killed her, but she got a blood transfusion or something because of the fall, and that's what killed her.
So that's ridiculous. Now, why did they even do all that?
Because they're not trying. They do not want to just say Liz pushed somebody down the stairs and killed their ass. They ain't trying to do that. Okay, they ain't trying to say that. They're trying to say that Liz is that. I guess since we didn't gone from this being a ghost to this being some kind of a mental issue where Liz has repressed memories of some shit that she didn't block, that this is the memory that she blocked, that she pushed this woman down the steps.
Well, I don't understand why she blocking it if she didn't kill the lady.
Well, the woman did end up dead, okay,
But yeah,
in the
but she
long
wouldn't
run,
know
but
that
she
as a
wasn't
child. But
right.
she ended
So,
up dead later.
well, the thing
Why
is,
would she
Liz
block
doesn't
her?
believe it though. Liz does
Hmm?
not believe the shit her parents is telling her though.
I don't
No,
blame Liz. I don't believe the shit.
she's like,
Literally, I don't believe the shit listening to it. What about you, Bubbles? I believe
I'm gonna be
the,
real honest and tell you, I can't even focus on this shit Liz is going through. I ain't been able to focus on it since they told us she got Hanks. I called Ghostbusters and left a message and walked out on it. So I really don't even care. I'm trying to care now because they got Tasha Yar and this man that I don't know playing a mom and daddy, and people are mad about it. That's the only reason why I care about this storyline is because girl, don't nobody know who Tasha Yar is, and so it's hilarious to me that
I know exactly who the hell Tasha y'all is.
yeah, and
I understand, Bubbles. I understand.
they picked this woman to be her mother.
because GH fans are just damn ungrateful.
I don't understand this woman. They so and so is literally breathing and painting her toenails right now, probably wondering why nobody called her for that role. Yeah, so they got me interested because of Tasha Yar, and I want to support her. I still don't know what the fuck's going on with Elizabeth.
Wait,
And I
and,
don't care.
wait, and there's the part that I don't understand. How is this woman related to Finn?
Who?
Is she related to Finn?
Listen.
Yeah, that's
Well,
the
what is
part.
Finn? Finn just gonna take over the whole damn show when it comes to Elizabeth? God damn.
Every breath she takes, honey.
I'm getting tired of it, and I'm not even a Liz fan like that. I can see what they saying. Damn, he just encompassed her whole fucking life.
That's the part that I can't. That's the part that I can't make work. I'm like, wait, hold on a sec, because that's the thing. They be losing my attention. They do, because sometimes they make shit a little bit too convoluted and piss me off, and I be like, hold on, what the hell is y'all doing? So how is this hell? So wait, was this woman involved with Finn?
Well, she couldn't have been. Well, unless Finn is old enough to be Liz's damn daddy.
I was about to say the same thing.
I mean, I know.
Before
Wait. I'm gonna look on the YouTube comments and see if our more diligent GH viewers may know, because I admit that I'm a lapsed GH viewer, so it is very easy for me to get shit wrong, and I don't want to mischaracterize it. Okay, Amaya says, "Oh yes, apparently he is. Rika was Finn's goddamn wife." Thank you, Amaya.
No, y'all, goddamn.
so Elizabeth killed Finn's wife, who was fucking her daddy.
Right?
Lord, Missy, Missy.
That's some shit right there,
So
y'all.
that's the picture of the woman that Violet seen the other day when she said, "Who is that, Daddy?" And he told her who she was.
Oh, child, I can't breathe after that one.
Yes, and Maya said Finn is older than Liz, but not that old. Apparently
Right?
old enough to have had a wife who was old enough or young
Well,
enough
he
to
was
be
old
fucking
enough
Jeff
to be
Weber.
Chase Daddy. He was old enough to
Yeah,
be Harrison Chase Daddy.
yeah. So yeah, because that's the point. Because when I saw her last name was Finn, I'm like, well, how the hell she mixed up with his regular ass? I don't understand this. This is what I get when I get bored and shit loses my attention. I miss details like that.
And
So,
and Liz's daddy was probably fucking them young girls anyway.
oh,
So
you know he was. You know
it's
he
Clearly.
absolutely was.
she
He
looked like she
absolutely
was
was.
just a little bit older than Elizabeth. So, yeah, she was calling Elizabeth a kid. Elizabeth looked like she was at least maybe high school age. This chick
Yeah.
looked like maybe she was about college. Yeah, that tracks because her daddy be fucking them young girls. That tracks. Mm-hmm.
Because all of this was in the 90s, and Liz was a teenager in the 90s.
Mhm.
So yes, indeed. So Lizzie then pushed her daddy's side piece, aka Finn's former wife, down the stairs and bumped her off inadvertently.
I thought she was gonna be Liz's nanny.
Allegedly.
Mm, mm,
Oh,
mm.
is she for real allegedly her nanny? Because then
Oh,
that makes it even more messier that he was fucking a nanny that was married to the man who would someday go on to be involved with his daughter. Which leads me to question, did Finn get involved with Liz as some sick sort of revenge against her daddy because her daddy fucked his wife and now he like, you fucked my wife, I'm gonna fuck your daughter. Am
well,
I
yeah.
being too messy? Am I being too
No, no, you're not being messy, but I
I
give
don't get
GH
that from
this.
Finn though.
They
He
drag
seemed to
shit
be
out
stupid.
because this is why Liz keep having all these damn panic attacks and stairwells.
she
Because she apparently threw her daddy's side piece down some steps.
But she ain't start having them damn panic attacks until they thought they killed Peter in the stairwell. She was fine going up and down them damn stairs.
That's
And
what I was gonna say.
I know. I'm
Maybe
like, how
Carly
this?
issue.
killed, and then she started going into them fugue states, and them hates was visiting her at the house, and shit was moved. Who moving the shit around then? Was it
I
her?
know. We went from Rico's ghost, Rico's ghost. I'm like, because that's why I said what I said yesterday. I'm like, well, first it was a ghost story. Then it looked like it was a possession story. Then it looked like it was a DID story. Now it's repressment. I'm like, y'all didn't just took Liz all the way around the world when y'all could have just told a much simpler version of this story and had it been riveting.
Because at this point, I don't even understand the point of the story. It's not like Finn is her savior or her rescue or something. I'm just really
No,
not
no.
understand what they're trying to want us to get.
I'm mad it wasn't no hates because I was wanting to see Caleb come back. Or some vampires or some shit to spice it up because GH really puts me to sleep these days. Even Trina was on the day and I was like, let me go see what's in the refrigerator. Like I wasn't excited because all she was doing was sitting there congratulating Josh on having slept with Cam again. But Josh don't want Cam no more because she done smelt up on Dex and she
She
want to
wants some
ride
grown
that
man
on him.
juice.
So now her interest in little po ass Cam done faded. Talking about, well, he said everything was wonderful, but girl, I ain't into that shit with him like that no more. I ain't really getting hot for Cam no more. Like you took your friend's boyfriend, because she knew Trina liked Cam and she knew they was kind of a thing, which is why Esme was able to get a foothold. But
That's
you
right.
went there and took your friend's boyfriend, rubbed in her face all the time that she was the third wheel, took his little his for real Petey Bird Virginia, because Cam was a for real virgin.
Yep.
Took his little virgin, go say you got embarrassed about the video. Well, he was embarrassed too, but he still wants you. She don't want him no more because she done seen Dex with his shirt off about 2, 3, 50, 11 million times. And she done smelled his main musk. And that's what she wants. She don't want
That's
no
what it
little
is.
college boy no more. She wants
She
some
want a
main
man.
musk
She wants some man meat.
a war,
Correct.
right? She wants some veteran cucumber eggplant. That's what she wants. She's trying to get somebody that's got some war benefits.
Some experience.
Right. She trying to be a army wife. She ain't trying to be out here with Cam talking about some pinky swear love. She passed that.
Like literally, Josh was just like, apparently she was just like, well, yeah, we slept together again, but that didn't really fix things. It just happened.
Right.
So
she was talking about it like it was a damn book report.
right. So the chances that she had to fake something are pretty good.
She don't even know how to fake yet. This is only her second time.
Well,
You don't even know how to fake it.
Movies and listen to a mama.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That was horrible. I mean, now listen. I know Carly was not faking with Sonny. Ain't no faking with Sonny.
Well, Sonny
Sonny
has
gonna
been
put one
between
in
every
her.
pair. Sonny has been between every pair of legs that still opens in Port Charles. So I would be surprised if he didn't know what he was doing by now.
Right.
Just out,
Sonny
just out,
roadmap for women. He got a whole damn roadmap that he done wrote. If Sonny with a woman and she ain't having a good time, something wrong with her because, like Darlin said, he done dipped his wick in all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we might as well just call it now. Cam is gonna walk in on Dax and his girlfriend at some point.
Oh, I hope. And I hope he got his shirt off and she got saliva running down the side of her face because she wanting to lick up on his nipples. That's what I because you know, Cam ain't got a body like Dex got. Cam is cute for a college age boy, but he ain't been to the gym. He ain't
no hard body.
He ain't had
at all.
He ain't picked up a dumbbell. He ain't even picked up a kettlebell.
Cam is collegiate cute. That's it.
Right. He's a college cute boy. That's the little boy you want to date in college because he's cute. He probably the president of his frat or some shit.
He got a job.
Yeah, he's got a nice job. But the the damn head of the rugby team over here looking at you too, though. And his ass graduating next semester. And he got muscles and scars and tattoos and shit, and just looks rugged. It look like he take a bath and still look dirty. That's what she hated.
Not to mention you done seen his name written on the bathroom walls in the ladies' room, so you know it's something to talk about.
Right.
That's what he give off.
That's what Josh fixing to do, honey. She fixing to get on that train, that man train.
Abaya said his Cam is SGA president.
The SGA president and head of the debate club.
Yeah. So
that white collar life.
So yeah, so now, and also let's be honest, let's look at Josh's history, not to mention that her genetic predisposition. Her mama like bad boys too. So yeah, it's about time. And Josh spent most of her time acting like Carly. So it's probably about time that she start looking to screw men along the same taste as her mama anyway.
Exactly. And that's gonna be the first one, the one that's loyal to Sonny, even though Sonny almost killed him.
He ain't
just like her mama.
He ain't loyal to Sonny. Dex is not loyal to Sonny, honey. He loyal to Michael because he getting that money. And at some point, and that's why he better be glad that Josh and Michael saved him. Because that man would have got out of him that Michael has been paying him to pretend. Okay? Because that's all he's doing is pretending for money. He's a mercenary.
Mm-hmm. What is he pretending? What is he pretending?
So Michael is using Dex as a plant in Sonny's organization to get information about what Sonny's doing, where he's doing it, and all of that because he wants to
bring down the organization.
Company. Yeah, he wants to bring down Sonny's organization, so he planted Dex. And so when they thought Dex was the killer because he just happened to be in the right place at the right time, they was torturing him, honey. That man was getting ready to slice and dice him like a piece of boar's head ham up here at the deli counter. What happened? He had all them knives laid out, and he had Dex hanging on a meat hook in the freezer. And he was
getting hooks up in Port Charles.
Carve the truth out of that man. And then Josh came in there. She felt like that's where Dex was. I don't know how she got that. Maybe she got an inkling like Susan did. The spirits told her.
Yes, honey.
They're cold. And she went to get him, and that man was like, honey, Sonny is not here, and you can't just be walking all over his place. So she went and got Michael and brought Michael back, and they sat there and talked to Sonny's hitman, talking about how, well, Sonny ain't gonna like it if you out here, disrespecting his stepdaughter, and we
please.
And I'm sitting there like, y'all fucking hate Sonny, but you trying to get his number one henchman in trouble because you think that Sonny's gonna protect you in the face of this man. Get the fuck on out of here. But dude let him go on in there. He eventually called Sonny and was like, look, Your ex
They're your uncle.
is up in here talking about they renting shit. And so
Walk around in front of me,
came
okay?
up there.
Wait. I'll let you know. Hold on.
Sonny came up there, and well, I think that was after they let Dix go. But then they were like threatening to go to the police and all that stuff. We'll tell the cops that you've been holding this man against his will in this freezer, doing God knows what. Yeah, girl. He works for Michael, and that's gonna be even worse for him when the truth comes out. Because, especially when he fucks Josh, because Michael has been telling him, stay away from my sister. You be anywhere you want to in this town, but if you see my sister, I want you to turn around and go the other way. Don't look at her. Don't talk to her. Like he done gave her the whole spiel about Joss, but she be in his face all the time.
I seen it.
We already did this every time in the mob adjacent world. There's always somebody who's in it who end up wanting to hook up with somebody who they shouldn't. They did that shit with Courtney and Jason, and they about to do that shit again. They did that shit with Emily and Sonny, and now they about to do the same shit again with Josh and this Dex dude. The only thing is I don't give a shit about either of the people involved, so it's gonna be hilarious.
I kind of like Dex outside of everything, but his only storyline is being a plant for Michael and getting ready to be the next thing that Josh bounces on. Like we don't really know a lot about him except for he's a war vet.
So he's gonna be dead. Josh gonna have that murderous pussy because he gonna be dead after you screw her.
Well, something will go down because she's bound and determined to get her some main meat.
She just ain't ready to admit it yet.
Cameron, honey, that main meat ain't gonna be coming from Cameron. He gonna get his heart broke. Y'all know that, right?
Wait, say that again?
Cameron fixing to get his little heart broke.
Oh yes, I'm telling you, he is gonna walk in on his girlfriend riding that man to glory because she is gonna completely flip her shit and just go for it.
Yep.
She's not gonna have enough sense to actually break up with Cam and let him go on about his damn business.
Cause she didn't just broke up with him already. Talking about, well, I mean, we had sex, but I don't like him like that no more.
What?
Basically,
that's pretty much what she told Trina today. That is pretty much what she told Trina today. I mean, he's a great guy, and we had a great time when we were together, and I love Cam, but I'm just not into him like that no more. I'm not feeling it. I'm not in the whole wanting to be all over him. And poor Trina sitting up here to prop her, giving her, out. Well, girl, the video came out and you got embarrassed in the worst way possible. And, you still trying to heal. You've been traumatized. You still traumatized. You got PTSD.
Yeah, but even Joss admitted that she couldn't even say it was all because of that shit. That it's not just that.
Of course it's not just that, honey. She just saying my meat.
Mm-hmm. And she want to take it for a ride, spin around town. But yeah, that's basically about it for GH. They ain't had much else. They really did not have a whole hell of a lot going on.
So we can do both before Lady Sanchez comes in for days.
Oh yes, because there's a lot of dragging of a specific character that has to happen on bold.
You goddamn right, and I got my plow ready because I'm about to do it while you're not.
I wish I had special theme music for when we gather to pull the very whiskers off of Liam's face. I'm gonna have to come up with something because honey, he need a lead theme song.
You need another one bites the dust. Let's try that one for starters.
I don't even have to have watched the show to be able to participate in the dragon.
Oh,
he got hit. He got hit. I love the fact that Douglas literally serves him the same treatment in one quick action that his selfish ass did. Now look at me. He got me fucking defending Hope. This bitch fucking got me defending Hope. I'm pissed.
That's how terrible he is.
I told y'all.
He got me defending Hope.
fans.
I'm livid. Like literally, she's begging you to support her. Like she's like telling you in layman's and children's terms. Look, you can hate him tomorrow, but what about me? I'm your fucking wife, you bitch. You can't support me long enough for you to come and sit down and pretend to be an adult.
Nope. It's not in his repertoire. He can't do it.
I was just living for her. Like the utter disrespect is intolerable. It's intolerable. I can't.
He
Like,
said, "I love you, girl, but fuck that. I ain't going. I'll be at the damn
And
house."
Yeah, but what? I mean, and
he decided to be a creep about it. He literally is going through the curtains in the back hallways of Forrester, like his fucking last name is Forrester. He got access in the whole fucking building. Oh my God, Liam had me ravished with passion of just hate today. Like I could never love Liam anymore. I can't even gather enough in me to like him. Like it is at this point, it's nothing that could be redeemed about this character. He's utterly trash. He's filth. He's indisposable. That's all I care. I'm sorry. I'll keep going if y'all don't.
He literally went there to undermine her. That is what he came there for. He did not come there to be supportive. He walked in that door to completely stress her the fuck out and undermine her before the premiere of The Line, which based on the comments, because and shout out to whoever wrote the dialogue, who basically threw so much shade at the fact that Hope for the Future ain't been hitting on shit.
I heard that
for years.
I heard that.
Yeah. And you know what? But it's the reason why they've been hitting on years? Because she ain't been in sync with nobody. Can't nobody understand her jargon. Can't nobody understand her, pull it in a little here. And what are those doohickeys called? Oh, right. They're called bell sleeves. She doesn't really know all that. So Douglas' father is teaching her certain shit. So, but
I mean, let's be honest, her last designer was Thorne. Enough said.
Right.
Listen, those macrames should have sunk her career. They should have been
somebody's science project.
But listen, it wasn't Douglas's father, it was her surrogate husband.
Oh, I heard that line.
Yes. I rolled off laughing.
Her surrogate husband.
Yes, Sam.
Did you hear up here and gave Thomas the husband title? The way I script, honey. I script.
Did he not officiate that ceremony when he was wearing all blue with a number of 03347D dash? I'm a loser in the in the correctional facilities of LA. Did he not facilitate and officiate the ceremony, telling Thomas, you know what, I'm gonna need you to step in because I'm a
they're completely pretending like that didn't happen.
Husband, so I'm gonna need you to step in while I serve this time. I don't know how long. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be somebody real bitch right now.
So I got questions.
Yes, Sam.
I haven't watched the show, so y'all know how I know how Bold does it. They usually have two sets of scenes talking about the same thing. What was the lead of? I guess it was the fashion show.
Well, the whole show was the fashion show because pretty much everyone was at the show. The only people who were not at the show were obviously Sheila and Deacon for obvious reasons. Taylor,
Yeah, and Taylor and Donna.
Taylor. Yeah, Donna wasn't there. Taylor had a symposium where she was the guest speaker, so she couldn't make it. So, but other than that, the rest of the cast was completely all over Forrester.
And Miss Symmetry, did you pick up on how when the scene opened up, when the show opened up, it was very deja vu to the very first episode? Did I pick up on that by myself?
Yeah, I saw that.
So wait a minute, are y'all saying that it opened up with Thomas?
It opened up with Ridge, and it opened up with Eric looking over designs in the background with the models getting fitted by the head designer, who at the time was Ridge, and it's now Thomas.
It was
Okay,
a
that's
total
because I
callback.
remember the very first episode.
Yes.
The first
Yes.
thing I saw, the first person I saw was Ridge Porter sitting, what seemed to be at a table, either holding a sketch or sketching a sketch, or looking at
If you
something.
look at it, you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see what
But
I'm
I
talking
haven't seen it, and I'm still on my silent or not so silent protest. But
So yeah, so today was a big deal. About 75 to 80% of the cast was in attendance for this event, and
except Taylor, Sheila, or Deacon.
about.
Taylor, Sheila, Deacon, and Bill and Wyatt
And your boy Carter laid a kiss on Katie in front of
in
everybody,
public.
but nobody saw. Steffi was 2 seconds away from seeing it.
Well, them being the thing must be an open thing because that was in the middle of the damn showroom. It's not like it was a secret.
I wonder if somebody took a picture of it, low key.
They just do it. They just rushing that
They
so
really
Yeah,
fast.
I don't even care. I don't
Yeah.
even care about it because they not laying no groundwork for it. They're not building shit up. It's just something they done slapped together to occupy the characters. So
Right.
whatever.
And I'm not liking it, but I don't want to get away from the pissosity that I'm living in right now.
Yeah, but yes. So tell me about the Hiccrapotes.
Okay, so
all I know is that everything's going well. We get into the thing, and so Liam picks the day to blow his stack.
Right.
Yes, because here's the thing. Everybody's doing prep work. Hope is up in the main office with her mother going over her speech. Everybody else is on the showroom and on the showroom floor smoozing with people and backstage taking care of shit. Everybody is busy. Zende, Eric, Ridge, everybody's busy. Katie, Justin, Carter, everybody is busy trying to make this shit pop. And you get comment, and the thing is, it becomes obvious why this shit needs to pop because you had not one, not two, you had three different people.
4 reporters, and Steffi repeated it that this has to work out for Hope. Like she is like on a wing and a prayer. Like if this fashion show bomb, they're going to dissolve Hope for the future.
Yeah, they basically say, we thought Hope for the Future had gone off into the sunset. That that line was done with. Okay, so one. Obviously, that's a little bit realistic because in the fashion world, when you decide not to put out a line for a couple of years, it costs you.
That's correct because that line is 2 years old and ain't nobody checking for a 2-year-old line.
No,
sure in the hell ain't.
And if you look at the designs, they look like they very much merged Hope with the Future with Todd Taboo. Because these type of designs back when he was doing Taboo.
But so basically, what we're seeing is that the show actually put some care into this fashion show, like they put into Stephanie's fashion show, like they actually put into fashion shows in the past. That plot thing they throw together with those macrames was all plot driven, just to provide them the opportunity to get caught in that closet.
Exactly.
So there was really no. Remember, there was nobody there. There was like no. Brooke didn't go, Katie didn't go, like Nan Logan went, and it's just like this. Not even a fashion show. It used to be every character at a fashion show. There would be a toast, and there would always be underlying drama about Sally trying to steal something.
Yeah, we kind of had our old fashion show in attendance, like everything with the reporters and the smooshing. Did you see
Jared?
Jared wasn't there. He was one. They had new age reporters. They had newbies up in there. Nobody.
Plus this was the episode for the people from Big Brother to guest star. So they were playing some of those roles.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Oh, okay.
Somebody, I forgot.
So today they didn't have the fashion show. It's still
previewing. It started. The show started at the very end.
One design came out. You know how they do it. They break it up into 2 parts. They started, and then the second will always be the rest of the models and the showstopper.
Exactly. And Hope is supposed to wear the showstopper. But Liam, this bitch, Liam. Oh my God.
So it's that white dress.
if you are running low on your fuel to drag and to be just utterly disgusted by Liam, yeah, babe, you're gonna need to watch this because you're gonna power up like a fucking a saber tooth, like a
Yeah,
super
but you know,
saiyan.
my only thing is that I know it's temporary, and they just gonna put he just gonna put the man fuck on us and
I don't
pretend
think
like none of
so.
this never happened. That's
I
what
don't
they
Part
think
and
just
the thing
waiting
so.
until
is,
it's done.
I'm gonna tell you this much: if that's the end result of this, because the problem with all of this is that we know what function the CPS call is supposed to serve.
Yeah.
But part of the problem is that on paper, Hope really, just like Hope hadn't done anything with when that mannequin shit was going on. Hope ain't really do nothing this time around either. She really hasn't. I
No,
mean, all she's doing, yeah, Liam is once again completely reading into things to the nth degree, jumping to all kind of crazy batshit ass
But
conclusions.
he's not, because they're going to prove him right, and we already know that because the CPS call is out there.
but
But
listen,
that's the thing, Sam. The CPS call is out there, but the problem is the CPS call cannot account for all of this. It
Oh,
just can't. They are
it shouldn't. Mm-hmm.
stretching credulity to the very limits, because one, the whole custody issue with Douglas and him going to live with Eric at the Forrester Mansion, all of that shit happened before the CPS call happened.
mm-hmm.
So
And
yeah,
see,
they can. Oh, go ahead, can.
I was finna double back on it and say also, you know, it looks like a flip in roles. Like I understand what you're saying as far as like everything come out all hunky dory, they put it all under the same umbrella, but this is literally Hope being able to see Liam doing these things though. She sees him doing all the things that she asks of him not to do. She literally begged him on her day where she is supposed to have all the shine on her. He literally came there to piss on her. And not only did he piss on her, he skated. You know what I'm saying? He told her, and he smiled in her face, very condescending, like, this is basically what you said last time, bitch. I don't trust you at all. I don't trust you. Yeah, it's disgusting. Like,
He
and
came there and he made a day that is actually about a day that's an achievement for her. He made it all about Thomas, and that's what she
yeah,
told him. She asked him, "Why are you making this entire thing about Thomas?" Because here's the thing: Liam has been around Forrester and fashion long enough to know how fashion shows work. Okay, he knows how fashion previews work, and so he actually had a nerve to sit up there and ask her, "Well, so what's going to happen after the show?" She's like, "Well, what do you mean?" He's like, "Well, after the models are finished walking the runway, what happens?" It's like, "Liam, bitch, you've been here a couple of times. You know what happens." She goes out on the stage. She thanks people for coming. She makes a little speech. She calls out her head designer, and they hold hands celebrating the victory. He
yeah,
acted like that was brand new news to him, and
no,
like the idea of Hope holding hands with Thomas on stage
yeah,
after the presentation is the
yeah,
most vulgar betrayal of his life.
But listen, not just that, when he was talking to Hope, he was talking to her like she was a child. Like he
yeah,
was the dad and he was talking to a teenager. Well, I want you to make me understand how this works. Okay. Take me through the steps like I'm a child. What happens? At the
right,
end of the night, you guys are celebrating, aren't you? Yeah, you're holding each other's hands in victory, aren't you? You're celebrating and congratulating them, ain't you? And then what's gonna happen after
Yeah,
that?
the same way he did her when he was living with Steffi, and Steffi had just had his baby. That's what he did
no,
at the damn
no,
fashion
just
show.
like he
That's what
did
he
when he
motherfucking
made
did.
her
Right. So
tell
he
Quinn,
is projecting his own unfaithful ass behavior onto
just
her, because he
just
know
like how
that
he
she will
look,
hoe around just like
he
he
did,
will, because he always cheated with her. Both of them is two low
like
down
he
cheating
did
assholes
Wyatt,
that
his
can't trust
own
each other.
fucking brother. He did his own brother the same fucking way. He made Hope tell Quinn and Wyatt that they were fired from the fucking Hope for the Future jury when they was going for the Hope for the Future stone. Told them they was fired through Hope, and all this shit because why? Because he was insecure. Because she was the one who was looking outside his craziness. You know what I'm saying? Whenever he is threatened by somebody who's actually better than him, he does this. He does this all the fucking time.
He does.
It's sickening. It's very fucking sick. It's like, okay, dude, grow the fuck up and be better. Why the fuck do you want to keep being this same fucking person? Oh, because you keep getting away with it. Oh, okay. And see, that's the difference. Thomas don't say shit about Liam at all sideways. It's always Liam coming off like this is still 2018 and they just came down off the fucking roof. You know what I mean? It's very now somebody hold his history up to just what he has done to Hope alone. He really needs to be in the seminary. He need to be somewhere quiet and stop acting so hypocritical and judgmental of Thomas, who's always saved his ass. But
it's not even just that, Ken. Hope even told him, look, whatever your issues are, you can go back to hating Thomas tomorrow if that's what you need to do. But today, can you be so? Because that's the thing. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, it's like this. If Liam wants to say fuck Thomas for life, he can do that. Him and Thomas don't have nothing good to say about each other. I am not. One of the things that I despise about Bold and the Beautiful is the fact that they be trying to make people get along who got no goddamn reason to get along with each other. No reason under the damn sun. You got people on that show who should be shoving each other into walls every time they walk past each other in them goddamn hallways.
Speak on it, darling. I am always happy when Stephanie drags home.
Exactly, but
see, I like the addition of Douglas today.
Wait. Ken, let me finish my thought. I'm gonna lose it. So
I'm sorry.
It's okay. So I'm fine with Liam and Thomas hating each other. They can have fire for each other all the way to the end of the world, till this shit fall down. And even Hope's not even preaching no let's get along with each other for the sake of blah 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 shit. She point blank told him, I need you to support me today because it's a big day for me and it is extremely important. This might be the most important day of my career. I'm your wife. I need you to support me. You can go back to hating Thomas tomorrow. And the bitch couldn't even do that. This is the man who talked all this shit about how Hope is the most wonderful person in the world, the most important person in the world. He has her on a so high that it's a bloody wonder she does not drown when it rains. This woman that you venerate so much, but this is how you treat her. Like shit you just scraped off your shoe. She didn't ask you to support Thomas. She asked you to support her. And his ego is so fragile, he can't do it. He can't. He can't bring himself to do
it. 2 or 3 times she begged him. She did not only ask him, she begged this pathetic piece of shit. Could he please support me on the most important day of my fucking career? And he couldn't do it.
You know why?
Nope. Because
I'm with Liam on this one. Because he always buckling down to bend over to say yes to her bratty ass. She always took great pleasure in being able to look at Liam longingly and convince him that it's their time and their chance. And Stephie'll be fine. She's strong. I'm glad he's dragging her ass because this is what she wanted. This is
no, ma'am, no, sir. No, ma'am.
This is what she wanted. She wanted an asshole that appreciates himself more than anybody else. She wanted somebody that was so
Sam.
He couldn't even put his own first. So she did what she deserved. She had her eyes open when she picked his ass.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I agree.
Somebody please back me up.
I agree, Sam. Now, wait a minute, Sam. No. I feel you. I mean, and I put a tweet out there today saying that. I mean, I said that too in the space today. This is the trash that Hope wanted. What did Hope think that she was getting when she sat up there and married the man that threw away his own child for her? Did she think she would be any different or anything more? Or or less than, or I mean, what was she actually thinking? But she got that.
I,
She
I,
got that. But
opinion on
right
that,
now, though,
y'all.
but wait a minute, though, but right now, hold on, Can, but I understand Sam and I support that. I see her, I understand her fully. But today, Liam, I mean, it brought up all those old, it brought up how he did, and I tweeted about that. It brought up how he walked out on his unborn child because he couldn't get past Bill
His
Spencer's
own
face.
goddamn self.
He
That's
couldn't
not
get past Bill Spencer's face. He looked at Steffi and he couldn't even think about his child. The
he couldn't
love, he couldn't
he
even
couldn't love
connect.
his own unborn. So I say
Okay,
so
so
I'm sorry. I'm
But it's the
sorry.
same thing with Thomas. It's the same
I hear
thing.
what you, but see, listen, okay, I heard all that. I hear where you coming from. But as pissed as you still are about it, why do you think it's okay for it to be done to somebody else?
I
But
That's
didn't
that's
say
what
it
I
was
was gonna
okay.
say,
I didn't
Can.
say
But
it was
that's what I.
okay.
But you
I
didn't let
just
me
said that I
finish, though,
feel sorry for her.
Can. You
I
didn't let
said
me
that's
finish.
what she
Come on, hold
deserved.
on, hold on,
Um,
hold on, hold on, hold on. We gotta have hold on. We gotta have some order up in here, y'all. Come on, come
just been
on.
Get on it,
very
Let,
darling.
vindictive. It's vindictive to think that way. You know what I'm saying? It solves nothing. It just keeps taking the blame away from who it belongs to, and it's him. Not
it's
Hey, listen.
Liam. But that's what I was gonna
It's
say, Can. All right,
no,
today I'm
I know,
Team
but
Hope.
Sam
I
wants to
am
say
Team
that's what
Hope.
Hope deserves. I'm not. I'm saying you can't say that's what she deserved because that's exactly what Steffi and Kelly didn't deserve.
I
It's
agree.
Liam.
I agree with that.
I
But you know
agree,
what? But
Can.
you know what? I'm not a big person like you. I'm petty as fuck. In the same way that they drag Steffi and Kelly and they say that Steffi deserved the shit. No, I take it back. Because I don't care what they say about Steffi and Liam. But I take it personally what they say about Kelly and Liam.
Correct.
That Kelly deserved the shit that Liam did. And the
No.
only reason why it was done was to prove how much he loved Hope.
Hope.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
now they cheered it on and they just loves it and they even still called Kelly the maybe baby and that's what she deserved for sleeping with Bill and blah blah blah. No, Kelly didn't deserve none of that shit. But
Mhm.
I'm gonna be petty. I don't hear no one from the other side saying, nope, Kelly ain't deserved that. They all say, oh, Kelly will be fine. People separate all the time, blah, blah, blah. While they were
Correct.
still cheering on happy about what he did to prove his love to Hope. So again, I say she got what she earned because you know why? You reap what you
What
sow.
you saw.
yep. She
Okay.
left it
That's cool.
alone.
Okay. But can is it okay now? Can we move on, darling, to my boy Douglas?
Well, I
Yeah.
wanted to say,
Well,
I
hold
know
on.
I
Go ahead.
came in late, but I did want to finish my point out. I did
Mm.
want to finish because I mean, although I do agree with Sam 100% fully. I mean, she's right. I mean, that's what I saw today, and I tweeted that. I mean, I saw Liam, it brought me back to 2018. What he did to Hope today was the same shit he did to Steffi and Kelly in 2018. Now, I didn't like it. I mean, but I did say, well, you know what? What did Hope expect? Did she expect anything different? Did she not think he would do the same thing to her? I mean, my goodness, the man threw away his unborn child to appease you. So what kind of man did you think you were marrying? But with that being said, do I think Hope deserves that? No, I think Liam should be dragged for the piece of shit that he is.
He
Because just
does.
like he did it to Steffi and Kelly, I did not like it. And he is doing the same shit today. He did the same shit to Hope today because of Thomas. He can't get past that face that he made. Just the God, it was the same shit.
Oh
For
yeah, that
yeah,
snarling he was doing behind the curtain, that was some
yeah,
ominous shit. I was like, boy, you really, and you know what? I had two things, two points hit on me today about Liam. One, I cracked a joke about him basically acting like he was in The Shining and staying at the Overlook Hotel in
he
isolation and
did.
losing his
He
mind.
did.
And
Great.
I
That
realized
was
he
a
really
great
is.
everything.
Because he's been in that shack by himself all this time. So he's basically lost his everything that's terrible about him is 10 times worse because of all the time that he's been staying by himself. The worst parts of his bitch assness have eaten him alive. And it shows on his damn face. The other thing about it is this. Liam has fallen so far from what he had. Because here's the thing about Liam Spencer. Liam ain't been shit for years. I don't just mean before Steffi got pregnant and they had this last marriage. The problem is that the fandom has had problems recognizing the Liam ain't shitness of him. Even well back into 2012 and 13 when Steam versus Rope was at its highlight. Because the problem is, as fans, sometimes we get more invested in our fave coming out on top than we do in quality. And that fact right there is what kept that bullshit triangle alive and viable so much longer than it ever should have been. Because case in point, when Liam was kissing Steffi and tearing up annulment payments and papers in Aspen, it never occurred to me for 2 seconds that wait, you a whole engaged to this other girl and y'all planning to go get married in Italy. So what does that say about your commitment to either woman? You kissing this one while you engaged to that one. You're engaged to that one, and now you're kissing this one. You're supposed to marry this one, and now you almost had sex with this one, but you went right after that and married that one. What does that say about you, sir? These women really are interchangeable. You really are a non-shit man. But the problem is, it was years before I put 2 and 2 together and got my simple ass to 4 to realize that he is the problem in all of this. They're both Hope and Steffi at times when it was beneficial to them. And I'm a Steffi fan 10 toes down, but I am not gonna pretend like Steffi ain't turned her head to Liam's bullshit the same fucking way Hope then turned her head to his bullshit because she loved him and she was getting what she thought she wanted from him, his love. When the reality is, none of them ain't never had his love. He don't love nobody but his goddamn.
Hey, but see, we already there now though, so it might have took us a while to get there. But
yes, I'm glad to be
there in 2018.
It's just taking the Lope fandom to get there.
Yeah,
I feel most of us
you
started
guys
there in 2018 and moved.
What was that, Bubbles?
They not getting there.
I don't think they ever gonna get there.
I don't know who got the Facebook, but I was glancing at some of the comments that the grannies have written. Now this is on a Hope fan page, honey. She might not have no fans after this. This lady said that she don't post much, but she is because she is so annoyed with Hope acting absolutely out of character. It's like a whole new character that I didn't know before. Her talks with Thomas are sometimes very inappropriate. I hate it when Liam acted this way with Steffi, and I know it serves him right, but 2 wrongs don't make a right. I am not like the unfair Tridge Mafia fans that will agree with their faves even when they kill people. She needs to tell Douglas that she live with him and Thomas in one home. It's obvious he believes that there's a chance that it might happen one day. Douglas needs to choose if he wants to live with Thomas or Hope, which he has, because his dream about his parents living together and loving each other isn't coming true. I really hope it's just Hope trying to manipulate Thomas into taking his mask off because she suspects that he has something to do with Bridget's breakup. It makes no sense that one day Hope vowed to help her mother, and the next day she's playing so nice with Thomas and Steffi.
Oh Lord,
amazing that she actually.
It's a real sickness. It's a real sickness.
But wait, y'all, that's just the post. There are 600 comments on this post, and these people are dragging Hope.
Yep.
They are dragging Thomas.
Yep.
And Douglas,
and they are holding the titty for Liam. I felt so sorry for Liam today. It was a real kick in the guts from both Douglas and Hope. Hope should have set Douglas straight that they will never live together. Hope needs to wake up and stop trusting Thomas so much. You are absolutely right.
Oh my God.
they're not getting there.
I I'm gonna go on mute until you done, Bubbles. I can't
I
stomach
got
this.
I
questions.
felt so
Yeah,
bad.
Oh
they
no,
ain't
I
getting that,
saw
bro.
that, Bubbles.
Oh Lord.
That's
I
why they got
saw it.
comment on that.
This was my
Um,
favorite one. I felt so bad for Liam when he reached out to Douglas and he just walked right past him. He was crushed.
I laughed my ass off, but
Little boy is becoming an ungrateful, fake Forrester Maroney.
oh,
I did too. Liam was crushed over that. I
I'm
Oh
felt
so happy.
yeah.
sorry for him.
Oh,
Douglas is turning into Thomas.
it makes me so proud. Y'all know what? This is what I fought for. This is what I was hashtagging free Douglas for. Because you know what? Douglas is not a Logan. Douglas is Douglas
You
Forster,
goddamn right.
son of Thomas motherfucking Forster. And I want
That's
him to
right.
be a faux Maroney Forrester. You got
That's
damn right.
right.
This is
you're
what I
damn
was
right. That's
hashtagging
exactly
for.
who the hell he's supposed to
So,
be.
and I got one more comment, and I'm gonna go on mute because everybody got something to say. But it would appear from the post that Bubbles has read from us from this Facebook book group that it appears that Hope ain't got no motherfucking fans. It seemed like there's Liam fans and Steffi fans.
Yeah.
So
Mm,
the reason why
Think
Mocha's
on it.
2% is because of Hope.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but I'm very
To get her
simplistic
son.
and practical.
No, they said bring Caroline back to get her son.
Hey, listen, they sound
oh,
like us. They sound like
that,
us. How many
No,
times have we
you
said
know
that?
what? The only reason why they sound like us, Sam, is because first let's put it out there. Since Bubbles want to talk about it, let's get into the real nitty gritty. The real nitty gritty is Steffi is happy and Hope is miserable. Why is Hope miserable? Oh, she's not miserable because of Steffi. It's Thomas.
Yeah.
Thomas is doing every fucking thing he can to irritate Liam. He not pissing Hope off. He not hiding her in no motherfucking clock tower. He not obsessing over her. Oh, he's annoying Liam's little poor feelings. Oh, he's driving Liam crazy because Liam has this fantasy that this is 2018 all over again.
I
So
know, but that's the same thing they did with Taylor. Remember when Taylor yelled at Hope? They had fucking meltdowns because Taylor raised her voice at Hope. And now they're having meltdowns because Thomas isn't being extra nice to Liam.
Girl,
And
they
they
tried.
got to throw
Mhm.
Hope in a vat of acid. They about to throw Hope in a vat of acid because apparently she's being too fair to Thomas. Because in her defense, which y'all say I might not be able to be defenseful of her, but I can. In her defense, she has no earthly idea that Thomas made the CPS call. Other than that, Thomas hasn't done anything wrong. So in her
Mhm.
defense, I don't know why they throwing her overboard. They know that she don't know, like we know she
Girl,
don't,
listen.
she not riding the crazy wagon with Liam. She not doing whatever
because
the
they
fuck
Liam
Liam wanted her to
fans.
do. And
Because they Liam fans.
she's not being Liam's project. She's not his pet project. So that is why they all got their panties and their girdles in a twist.
Listen to this one. Tired of Hope. She has no respect for Liam at all. Doesn't matter if he is a little bit on the wimpy side. He's her husband. She deserves everything she's going to get. She fixing to get that D from Thomas Forrester's what she fixing to get.
All this red flag
But,
behavior and
but
everything's her fault.
wait a
They
minute,
out their
Bubbles.
mind.
I got something to say about that, Bubbles. I have something to say because this is what I put. I think I tweeted this today. So why? I mean, those comments that you're reading, how they dragging Hope and how they, they praising Liam. So basically what they're saying is it's okay that Liam is rejecting her, being a trash husband, because no matter what he thinks about Thomas, no matter how he feels, this is his wife. This is the most important because this is a trial run.
Oh,
Steffi said it. She made it clear. It's a review. It's a make or break moment because if it don't pass the test, Hope for the Future is out of there.
It's
So
dissolved.
Yes.
I don't care how you feel about Thomas, what you may think he's doing, your ideas, your suspects. Today was the day he was supposed to fully stand up and be there for his wife. Because the same thing they're saying Hope's supposed to support him. Well, doesn't he supposed to support his wife too, no matter what, at the
You
end of the
got
day?
damn right.
But look, but wait a minute. It's those same people that's saying that though that's dragging her, calling her for shit, dragging her for shit, this, that, and the other. Those same people said that it was okay for Liam to throw Kelly away because of what Steffi did. Now those same people are saying it's okay for him to have walked out on Hope today.
I am on Liam's side totally. I hope she's really not as dumb as she's acting. Liam came back to support her, but she was busy talking and hugging Thomas. I'm not mad at Liam for leaving because she falling for Thomas' mess. Girl, they is mad at y'all.
Then they
Trash.
These are
no.
fans. These people are 100% behind Liam, and they are dragging Hope for filth.
What the
wonder if this do the powers that be? Because I'm surprised. Are y'all surprised?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not because I'm not. You know why? And here's why. I'm not because these were the same people who advocated for Hope to take his ass back after the one night stand over the mannequin. With no problem.
Exactly.
They felt like Hope was being hard on him because of that. When she had every right to. You cheated on me and you potentially got your ex-wife pregnant. And we needed a DNA test to find that out. So as far as I'm concerned, if she had made him crawl across broken glass, it would have been warranted because he was a piece of shit to her. But those same
Thomas
people
the one
was
got
like,
his ass out of that.
yes, exactly. Thomas was the one who ended up cracking that case and revealing that Vinny ass had screwed with the results. Right. So it's like, if you really think, my thing is this: if you wasn't trying to jump off that, if you were on that bandwagon and you had no issues with the fact that that Liam wasn't really even that contrite, all he did was go stand there and cry in front of a fireplace for 2 minutes. That's what he did. That was his sorry. That was his act of contrition. Just like I could never get over, because the thing is, you have people who are couple fans and you have people who are fans of couples because they stand one of the members in the couples. Okay. The majority of people who love Steam were Steffi fans first. And one of the main reasons a lot of people jumped off the ship and could not support Steam anymore was because Liam was not sorry for one raggedy ass thing he did to her in a long line of raggedy shit he did to her. And that was a goddamn deal breaker. The same shit happens with Hope. But the thing is, there are no deal breakers with Lope. There's nothing Liam can do or say that is so repugnant that Hope has every right to slam the door in his face and walk away from him forever. Not in their minds, anyway.
That apparently not in their minds.
Did they like when he thought the mannequin was Hope? Did they like that? Did they like how he just went and slobbed Steffi down and then possibly impregnated her? Like, there is some things out there.
Right. Even if you take Steffi out of what Liam did that night with the mannequin, literally, if you take everything out that he did with Steffi and everything that had to do with Steffi, Liam went over, seen his supposed to be wife in an embrace where a man was practically telling her that he was going to murder the pussy. And what did Liam do? He closed the door and gave them privacy so that the man that he thought was dangerous could be alone with his wife to murder the pussy. And he closed the door and he left and he went to his ex-wife's house to murder the pussy. This person, after that, didn't have any regret about what he did, still was indignant enough to talk shit about her, and then went to her face and told her she wasn't shit after what he did. I not skipped what he did with Steffi, but this is what he did. Just taking out Steffi, this is what that thing did. And he was willing to keep it from her after talking it up and chatting it up with Steffi and promising to keep it in his back pocket. Then he went to her house and he lied to her and said the direct opposite of what the fuck he said to Steffi. So I shouldn't be surprised, like Darling said. But I'm still surprised to hear those posts that Darling are reading because it's shocking. I'm very shocked at this. I feel sorry for Hope. Maybe she is the 2%. Maybe she is the weakest motherfucking link.
And it's terrible because the thing is, it's always somebody. It's always somebody else's fault. Last time when he slept with Steffi and cheated on her, when he slept with Hope and cheated on her, they were more interested in blaming Steffi than blaming Liam. This time
Yep.
around, they're more
Correct.
interested in blaming Thomas than
Thomas.
blaming
Yep.
Liam.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
It's their pattern. It's
It's a pattern.
everybody's fault but
Exactly.
Liam.
Exactly. They are literally finessing. They are
So
literally
these
putting.
are the people that Bell writes for.
Apparently so.
These are the Bell fans. It absolutely got to be.
But
Apparently
after,
so.
okay, because my pressure is way too high. Are we done talking about piss poor Liam?
I don't think
Hold
it's
on,
possible
really
because it's
quick.
only 9 o'clock.
It's 8. Bo Bubbles, did you have anything to throw in, ma'am?
I think y'all pretty much covered everything, but I do want to say that I hope Scott Clifton gets Performer of the Week, because at the end when he was lurking in them curtains with his face in half shadow, and he was watching Hope and Thomas hug and laugh and Kiki and shit, and his face just twitched a little bit. I
Yeah.
was like, that's some psycho motherfucking shit.
Yeah.
That was, yes, his
There was some
whole,
shining shit, like Darlene said. That was Jack Nicholson in The Shining. That was that
yeah.
exact face. I was like, my
And
goodness.
oh, yes, ma'am. And the part that kicked me out was that I was like, Lord, has the wheel turned on this raggedy mofo? The last time we was at a Hope for the Future fashion show, you had it all, Liam. He really had it all. He had Steffi
Two
in
women
Malibu
pregnant.
postpartum, having just given birth to his first child.
She was
He
1 week postpartum.
he had Hope on the string, knocked up with his next child, sticking his tongue down her throat. He had his pick of where to go and who to be with. He could be in Malibu on Monday and he could be in Beverly Hills on Tuesday. And both women were disposed at that time to tolerate that bullshit out of love. How the mighty have fallen. All of a sudden, the gates to Malibu then closed tight. They have a whole new occupant, and your ass is not allowed. Your wife is not trying to deal with you and your petty bullshit before the biggest moment of her life. And the little boy decided then swerved on you so fast to go hug his mama and congratulate her and him, daddy.
Yeah, it's time for Brim. It's
Listen,
time for Brim because that's his cue. That's his cue to walk out like he did with that mannequin incident and go straight to Brooke because the doors are closed at the Cliff House in Malibu. So it's time for Brim to happen.
That's what he
y'all
did
put
when
beautiful.
Wyatt told him about the lipstick on the pillow. He ran straight to make some legs a V. Make
What was
part the
that?
red C's and make them a V.
What was that, Bubbles?
I said this has been delicious for me today because Liam getting this treatment has been long overdue. And I really wished Hope had just told him, you know what, just take your ass home. I don't even want you here now because you really brought down the mood. I don't know how her, and I don't know what I got to do to get them people to come and talk to us. Like, I will actually send them a link so they can come and sit and chat with us like this instead of having to talk on the YouTube, because I really would like to interact with a Lope fan and some Hope fans who probably at the end of the day are Liam fans. What is going through y'all's minds? Like, they are. Today I sat there and I said to myself, they are really fixing to tear apart Lope. They fixing to tear them and bust them wide open. And their fan base has to be losing their freaking mind. And it's not Steffi this time. It's not even really Thomas this time. It's Liam's irrational behavior being fed by Brooke. They sitting up there in the house having their little tea times and having their little irrational talks where they being Hope's mama and daddy, talking about how they know what's best for her. She can't trust herself. Liam sitting there patting her on her head. Well, you know, I would love to be at your little show today, but since you are here doing the big time and having fun with Thomas, fuck you and your feelings. I'm gonna go back over here. And why would he even tell her that, knowing good and damn well he still went to the thing, y'all, lurking behind?
He did.
Like, why would you tell her you're not gonna stay and then you gonna sit there and Brooke? I got some heat for Brooke too.
Oh yes,
He
because
was
she
playing the
started it.
emotional mind game with him.
She
That's what he
started
do.
that.
Any other time she would have stayed there and between them to stir up the shit. But Liam sitting there talking about how he can't go. I can't. I'm not gonna do this. Oh, honey, I'm gonna leave y'all to sit here and talk about this amongst yourselves.
Because she hadn't stirred it up. She did her job. She planted the seed, and she was unbelievable. I mean, her
What was the
own
seed?
mother.
What did she say?
They double teamed her at
They double
first,
teamed her.
Sam.
Yes,
And
honey.
then she left them to figure it out. She planted her seed. She got the pot stirring, poured the gasoline, and then left. I'm going to leave
And then
y'all
dip.
to it. Like Bubba
Yeah,
said, I'm
Hope.
going to leave
Saying
y'all
what?
two to
What was?
fight it out.
Yeah,
What
Hope
did
was
Brooke say?
okay. Hope was in the main office going over her speech, and
Uh-huh.
at first Brooke was doing what a supportive mother should do, saying, "I know it's going to be successful. I know your show is going to be a hit, etc., blah blah blah." And then when Liam came in there, um, and he had that mopey ass look on his face,
Mm.
and he started in on his bullshit about this being a big day for her and for Thomas. Then here Brooke hop up off the couch, and she's like, "Well, Liam, I know what you're thinking. I know why it's hard for you to basically be happy for Hope today. It's because of
Oh,
Thomas." And
wait.
Liam and me are just so uncomfortable with the amount of time that you spend with Thomas. And then she stepped her ass back and let Liam have his head. Yes. Well, let me tell you something. I don't give a shit who you are in this world. If you're a mother, when your daughter's husband steps in the room and things get ugly, you supposed to back your kid. You don't back her husband. You back your daughter. And that is not what Brooke did today.
Show did, honey. She been backing Liam 100%. Your mother and I, Liam
Mhm.
and I. That's all.
Liam and I. Yes,
That's
Liam and I are
But y'all
so
know what
the
though?
uncomfortable.
fucking
That's nothing new here.
Oh yeah, because that's the kind of raggedy bitch Brooke is when she want to be.
they sit there and they double team her like they're her parents. Like, and I've been saying this for months now. They talk down to Hope and they talk to her like she's a child. And every lecture that they give her is, well, your mom and I, Brooke and I, Liam and I. What the fuck is this? What
Hmm.
is this ampersand that y'all all of a sudden throw in between y'all?
How y'all duo? When that happened?
Right. Who the fuck's supposed to be on my side? My daddy? You don't even let him come to the house. And Ridge ain't here.
Now y'all know that Brooke has always fought harder for Lope than Liam and Hope put together. Always.
And after Brooke teed it up, she said, "Well, I'm gonna let y'all two talk." Let me tell you something. Any other mama who was worth a damn, but of course it doesn't matter to Brooke because only one thing counts with Brooke, okay, is getting the man. That's the most important thing in Brooke's world. Because in anybody else would have been like, okay, you know what? Y'all obviously got stuff y'all need to talk about, but we're not gonna talk about that now because this show about to happen. And you need to have your mind on your show and focus, and you need to support her while she has her
That's
mind on her
right.
show and focus.
Fact.
That's what a half decent mother would
Mother
have done,
would, that's right.
but not Brooke. Oh, not Brooke. She actually sat up there, gave Hope her compliments about how she knew she was going to do so well. But then when Liam showed his raggedy ass up there, and they started in on this shit, she left to let them have their fight because she could tell that that's what the fuck it was about to be.
Well, she started it. And
And
like
then she
Stefan
started.
said, she was backing her man. She wasn't backing her
Right.
daughter. She was backing her man. She was backing Liam. She planted
Exactly.
that seed big as bowl, opened the door for him.
And Stefan is right, and that's the part that's repugnant about it. Some you see, sometimes people think that my dislike of Brooke, or a lot of fans of dislike of Brooke, is all down to you having an issue with Brooke and who she sleeps with, or you are supporting an opposing ship to the ship she's in. No, no, honey, it is never that simple. It is never just about who Brooke Logan is screwing as far as who's getting in between her nether regions. It's about who she's screwing over. And it's usually her own damn people, her sister, her
Mm-hmm.
child, somebody
Her
who or
daughter.
somebody, her
Her
daughter.
her mama.
Exactly, her mother. It's about the fact that Brooke ain't loyal. I'm sorry. Chris Brown said these hoes ain't loyal. Brooke ain't loyal. Brooke ain't even loyal to her. Brooke is not loyal to none of her people.
She
Brooke
ain't
got to
lying.
make sure she had Liam. I don't know what it is. Well, I do know what it is. Brooke has to make sure that Hope has Liam, even sometimes when Hope don't want Liam. There's been several
Mm.
times where Brooke has had to put to really lift her up and hold her up and prop her up and send her out there to fight
Yep.
for that man.
Honey, you don't want to just turn your back on Liam like that.
Honey, you know he loves you.
Honey, you know you two were meant to be together.
Just like Rich and I.
You're
We
dead.
always find our way back to each other.
Mm.
Honey,
And
look
it's
at everything you and Liam have been through. You've survived a lot. Your love is stronger than anything. She been gassing this girl up for years, and now Hope has bubbled to a head, and this pustule is ready to pop. It's ready to pop. I really need to get some of the fans on here because I really want to have a very special episode where we just sit and talk about their feelings. Like, what is really going through y'all's heads right now? I mean, I guess we see if we basing it on what these people on Facebook saying. Y'all really fucking hate Hope right now. Like, you want her to
and
die in the street. You want Caroline to come back from the dead and take
and
her
it
bad seed. You
it
want
it really and it really does vary from platform to platform. Now, on Twitter, it was kind of split. You had people who was dragging Hope, but you also had people who was dragging not Hope fans who were dragging Liam for doing this to her right before her show. But on Facebook, their asses is merciless.
honey, if you're not dragging Liam, you are part of the problem.
Mm, mm, mm.
If you were
I
not
agree
dragging Liam,
100%.
you are part of the problem. Because that girl sat there with tears in both of her eyes crying. I don't care about how you feel about Thomas. This is about me and my big day. And I need this support. And somebody's phone is crinkling. I mean, audio is crinkling. I'm gonna have to go through the thing. But I was just very taken aback, not surprised because Liam is gonna be Liam. But she stood there today with tears in her eyes, begging her husband to come on, please. Can you come on, please? Just support me. You ain't gotta like Thomas. This ain't about Thomas. This is about Steffi supporting me, Eric supporting me, these people out here who thought that my fucking brand was dead. This is big for me. She had 2 or 3 reporters sit there talking about, well, shit, I thought Hope for the Future was headed for the light, honey. Y'all was out here making clothes. Hell, I'm gonna have to take them damn files back up out the trash bin because I just threw that shit away last week. I thought y'all was gone. She got something to prove and people are supporting her. And he's sitting here talking about, but what about my feelings? What about my
Exactly.
ego? What
What
about
about me?
what about me? Douglas don't even say hello to me no more. He just pushed right past me. Like, what about me? But it's not about you, boo.
But
But go
and that's the
let your
whole
dad
problem.
that you can get kudos on. Ain't nobody say you gotta congratulate Thomas. Ain't nobody gotta say that you got to like that we worked as a team because you bitched like a fucking bitch the whole time we was working together. I'm not saying you got to like it or love it. I'm just saying, as your wife, I need to see your face in that crowd so that I can be comfortable and feel confident. That's all I'm asking you to do. Like that time you came to my fucking show with them poster boards talking about will I marry you? You showed up then. All I'm asking you to do is to show up
He
now.
showed
And
in.
just
He showed up when Kelly was 2 or 3 days old. He showed up then.
right,
He had a newborn at home and he showed up.
right. You showed up at the damn macrame show, excited and happy. You left your wife at home to do that. Your wife and your newborn baby. You left.
When she asked you if you had really had to go, and you still went like a bitch.
That's
So
right.
this is Liam's karma. Everybody getting their karma in this storyline. And it might
Pretty
end
much.
with him and Hope being back together, but for at least 2 or 3 episodes, his ass is restless, crying, sitting around looking like a damn stalker, losing his wife to a man he hates. I fucking love it. I don't care if Thomas loses everything in the end. He got everything right the fuck now. When this show ends, Hope can't even go home because her husband pissed at her. So she gonna go home and get her baby, pack their bags, and take them to the house on Willow Hill Road. She gonna be gone. He gonna let her leave the house for the whole weekend with this fight between them. She gonna be
Mm-hmm.
gone from the whole weekend, showing up at Eric's house, high off of this show and excited. You gonna let her go and be excited and happy with Thomas and that little boy instead of you being a man and saying, "Okay, I'm gonna swallow my pride. I'm gonna show up for you, and then we're gonna go home and talk about this some more, maybe." But um, yeah, he fixing to lose everything. I love it.
I'm
And
glad you
that's the
mentioned that point too, Bubbles. I have the capacity to understand that both Liam and Hope are getting what they deserve at
At
this
the
point.
same time,
Yep,
pretty much.
that's where I'm at with it. That I agree 100% with that statement. 110% that I feel like both of them are getting some much deserved karma.
I can't disagree with that. I really can't because it's the oldest story in the world that when you get with somebody who is willing to dog someone they supposedly love out, you can't expect no better from them in the long run. You can't because it proves. Because I will say, Ridge worthless ass that got that one damn thing right about Liam after that bullshit went down when Brooke pushed Thomas off that damn cliff. He told Liam, "You don't know what it's like to really love nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what it's like to truly forgive somebody
Right.
for having done something wrong to you." He's like, "Because you don't do that. You just move on to the next best thing. That's what you do. That's how you run. So you don't really understand what that means." Ridge, being worthless himself, should know that, but he was right because that is what Liam does. And the part about this that is the nastiest part of it all is that Liam is a textbook narcissist. Okay,
Yes.
he checks all the indicators, he checks all the flags. Google signs that you're a narcissist, and Liam checks them all because for a narcissist it's always about them. And that's what today is. Today was that, even though this day didn't have nothing to do with Liam other than him, trying to be supportive of his wife, which is what she wanted, he could not give her that. He could not give, even though she's forgiven him for shit, even though she supported him through shit, he could not give her this one thing because everything is about him.
Yeah.
Even when it's, and
I
when
think
in,
that's what
in
I.
if
Yep.
yeah,
I'm sorry. I
it
can't. I'm sorry, but I agree so much that I couldn't help it. But it seemed like that's what I have been saying for years.
Yeah, it's always about him. And the only thing worse than for a narcissist is when something refocuses and it's not about them. Look at how he's been acting ever since Douglas moved in with Thomas. I'm feeling left out. I'm feeling closed out. If the conversation isn't about him or if the focus isn't on him, he is uncomfortable. He can't stand it. Also, people love Liam. They adore him. Even when Liam was taking Steffi and Hope separately through all kinds of hell, you didn't have these girls' parents saying shit about it. And that never sat right with me. Never did. It never sat right with me that not just Brooke, but Taylor and Ridge were not up here saying, "This piece of shit ass man, I need to drug him under a bus." I'm like, Victor Newman would never let no man do his daughter like that and advocate for them to get back together.
They even had Susan. They even had Stephanie. Not really dragging Liam's ass appropriately. She was sitting up there beside Hope when they were supposed to be and her and Liam was living together. I mean, they really dumbed everybody down for that worthless deadbeat.
Exactly. And so it's like, how the hell nobody ain't come out? The only people who ever came out a bag and said what needed to be said was Quinn and Wyatt before they drunk the Kool-Aid. and Thomas. Those are like the only people in the periphery who were allowed to drink to say what needed to be said. And they let Bill say it when he was busy chasing after Steffi. But that's it. Any other time, Liam can do no wrong, and him doing this pancakey back and forth shit for 20 years was just, whatevs, and not that really big of a damn deal. But Liam's always been like this. And yes, there are a lot of people getting their comeuppance in this story. There really are. It's not just Liam. It is not just him. Hope, unfortunately, for her, is getting her comeuppance too. Because a man who would do this shit to Steffi, and you see him do the stuff, he'll do the same thing to you. It's just that right now he don't have his usual fallback to fall back on. And he going to end up falling in between a whole different set of legs that you ain't even seeing coming, honey.
And ain't. That train is going to hit her so hard in the face that she is going to be knocked out. But she's going to be devastated. But you know what? She going to go home to Thomas and Douglas. She going to take her baby. She going to take sweet little baby Beth. Sweet little baby Beth. She's going to take home to her surrogate husband and her son over there on Willow Hill Road. And then we'll have Liam showing up to beg his way back in. Brooke crying to Eric. I just don't know what happened, Eric. I don't understand. And it'll be that for a good 2 or 3 months. And then something will happen to Liam. Maybe he'll come across Thomas's phone or some shit, or that message will pop up in the cloud or some shit. And so now we got a reason for somebody to think that Thomas was responsible for the phone call. I swear I hope the phone call never comes out.
Honestly, I would prefer it that way, just because, not even so much because of the trick side of things, but specifically because Liam being shown as the piece of shit he actually is, and it being overt, because the music cues, Bubbles, the music cues that they are playing when Liam is on this crazy shit, I'm like, bro, you sound like you should be having coffee with Sheila Carter and talking about how to be crazy.
He really should. Like, he is really in his villain element right now. All that damn twitching and glaring at people from behind the curtains. Like, why are you behind the curtains backstage like that where nobody else is when you can be out with your wife? If you get concerned about her.
He got a concussion, child. He done slipped and fell. He done slipped and fell at Forrester and got back in and wandered in. And that's what he saw. Old bitch probably had probably have a concussion, and that's how they go whitewash him.
Yeah, we'll see later on.
Just like when Taylor shot Bill, remember? Liam was supposed to be the shooter then. I just ain't buying none of this. I'm just not buying none of this. I know that it looks good and it might be enjoyable to watch until it's over, until the man fuck happens. But I see it. I'll be watching in 2023.
I agree.
2023.
This is
that's only 2 months away. That's all in November and all of December.
I mean, because honestly, it's the honest to God truth. Rather than getting it's amazing that's what we are on board. That we are to the point where watching Liam enter his villain state, his villain era. Because really, Liam is on some Victor Newman shit. Only he sucks. If he could lock Hope up up somewhere and be feeding Thomas a rat, he looked like he would. He really would. That's how.
By the time 2023 roll around, he'll be an angel again. I mean, that's how they roll. So
yeah, it'll be mid 2023, probably about summer. His little spring back will happen this summer. You know, when it's nice and hot outside, he can fight Thomas with their shirts off because you know he's been working out.
Oh yes, they had the brawl of the summer for Hope.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it might actually be a real fight this time because last time Liam looked like he had a glass jaw.
Liam is no good in fights, period. The only time he gets over on Thomas in a fight is when he sucker punches him or he gets him from behind or something like that. You can go check the tape. Every single fight they've had, Thomas has beat his ass. But the minute Thomas turns his back for a second, Liam sucker punches him, and now he's got the advantage. So Whatever's clever, Trevor.
Mm,
I'm
mm,
gonna
mm.
just ride this little wave while I can. I'm gonna enjoy it while I can because I feel like Thomas is going to get everything that he ever wanted, and we're gonna lose it. But for the time he got it, we're gonna party like it's 1999.
Yes, ma'am. I've been waiting for decades at this point for Liam Spencer to truly have everything he wants taken from him.
Mm.
Because Liam is never the person who ends up losing out on the end. And that's one of the things that always pissed me off about him being a prize was that it didn't matter who he ended up with at the end of the day. He still got what he wanted. He still got a devoted woman who was willing to drink his dirty bathwater, even though he's a piece of shit. And it has made me sick.
Right.
But for
Now,
him to end, him
go
ending up in that shack with a bottle of Jergens by himself, that's what he always should have been. But
But is he even gonna be allowed to stay in that shack, honey? That's Hope's mama's house. So what is Hope going? Well, I guess if Hope goes up there and moves to Willow Hill because she pissed off at her mama too, Liam might as well stay down there in the love shack.
He
he can't.
would.
If
Why
he's,
wouldn't he? He could be close to Brooke because Brooke is there all alone.
Mm-hmm. And if she take and if Brooke give Liam a ride, he can't go stay up in him daddy house. If My Little Pony usurps the stallion, he ain't letting him come stay up in none of his shit that he's still on.
I want that shit to be real because I want Bill to come face to face with the kind of whore that Brooke is. Because he really thinks that, Brooke is something special to be placed on a pedestal, and it's the men in her life who are the problem. Granted, Ridge is a problem, but they two problems together. And when she has sex with his son or is inappropriate, whatever level of inappropriate behavior they fixing to engage in, Bill is gonna have to see what kind of excuse is he gonna make for her. Is he gonna attack Liam? Like, really, what kind of position is he gonna be in when his son is up here piping down his favorite sewer drain? What's gonna happen?
Yes, I really want. I wants to know how people gonna explain it. I already know what's gonna happen to Hope. She gonna have a flashback to every time Steffi told her, "Your mama ain't shit, and she is not to be trusted, and you need to accept who she really is." I want to know what Bill gonna flashback to.
I want Hope to flashback to that, and well, she can't have no flashbacks about Oliver. Did somebody say Oliver was coming back?
Bill can flash back to that tape his daddy left him about burning them hoes to the ground.
But he ain't gonna though because he's still gargling with Brooks' dirty bathwater.
Well, if he walk in on Liam busting her down wide open, her busting down like Tatiana, he gonna remember that that videotape that his father left him of the instructions of how to destroy those Logan hoes. That's what he'll remember when he walk in and see Liam tagging Brooke. That he should have destroyed her when his daddy told him to.
That's what happened when you don't listen to your parents.
Well, Bill Senior was always way smarter than this dumbass Bill Junior. I think every Spencer got dumber than the one before. I think they all was just downhill after Bill Senior.
Yes, indeed. And I'm looking at the time, and I realize it's 8:33, and we ain't even got today's. Do we have any other comments on Bold and the Beautiful? Since
Oh
the
wow,
Liam,
time flew.
Liam was in such rare form today that he basically just the hate flowed through me like I was a Sith for the night.
Ah. So Dave.
Nah, I'm good. I'm done with Liam.
Yes, so Wendy is not gonna go into a threesome with Chanel and Allie. Boo.
Well,
No, she want Johnny all for herself, Sam. And I'm not
Yes.
mad with hey, I don't hate it. I like it.
All the
that's
girls like
cute.
Johnny.
It is cute. Johnny's cute. He's cute, and
He's adorable.
he's cute. He has the Demera
Mm-hmm.
charm, and so far none of the severe Demera defects that make you pull back from him.
Right. He just
So
got enough of bad boy in him just to be interesting.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly, exactly.
So I am fully here for Wendy to be having. And now today's conversation was very interesting with her and Johnny, where they both want the same thing, but they want it for different reasons. Because the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, Wendy, she's not resentful of her brother like that. She still love her brother. She just wants him. I guess she wants his respect for one thing. She wants
And
him to
she's loyal to her
yeah.
family. And she told Johnny that, she's like, look, I understand your agenda, but at the end of the day, we family and I'm loyal. So, I'm very interested to see how she handles that because she got the information today. She got enough.
Mhm.
She probably gonna end up going to Lee. She probably gonna try to give him the opportunity to do the right thing, because we
Mm,
do all believe that Lee actually does love Gabby. He's just wayward right now. So maybe Wendy will try to give him an opportunity to come clean, but he probably won't take it.
Well,
hmm
well, you know how it is. If you think there's no way for you to get caught for your crime, you ain't about to be running around confessing shit to nobody.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
I know that's
So
And
right.
that conversation he had with his father today too. His father let him know whatever happened with Wendy, you responsible for her. So, it's
Hmm.
about to get good.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, he was very yeah. His father was very frank about that. Any shit that blows out because of your sister, you're going to be responsible for it because you're the one who gave her the job at the mirror. So
And
it's
we
like
know what's going to happen because her and Johnny already know that Lee is got rid of Dr. Rolfe. So they already, pretty much the case has been, they've cracked it. Now, did Wendy ever make it out of the building to go meet Johnny? I know she left him a message. And shortly after her scene, Kristen left the building to leave Miss Lee. So, do we know if Wendy actually ever made it to Johnny?
no, no,
She
I don't
called
believe
him, but
she
and that's
called him.
how it. Yeah, she called him, but we don't. As far as
She don't
today's,
give
at the end of today's episode, um, that's how it went off. She hadn't made it. The
Uh-huh.
last scene was Johnny on the couch, talking, accepting her phone call.
I think that yeah, she probably. I think Kristen might have found her ass around a corner snitching or something, and
Or either Lee. But
Kristen
no, they
left
went out
first.
together. No, Lee and Kristen went out together to go tell Chloe. She convinced him to give Chloe that raise. And she said, well, let me follow you, sir. Let me walk you there.
Right,
Huh.
because what happened was she was walking up on them and she heard the tail end of their conversation about Ralph. So and she it was getting good. The conversation was getting good when they were talking about how EJ was the one who wanted Lee to get Ralph the hell out of town, and Wendy was busy trying to grab her phone to try to get some proof of this. But then that's when they heard her, and then she had to be introduced to Kristen and whatnot, and then Wendy left, so she only heard enough to understand that Ralph has been moved out of town and that EJ was the one who demanded it.
Well,
I
she
know,
came
but so
back.
when
Remember,
EJ left,
darling?
Yeah.
After she
Mhm.
came back, after she left, after she exited the office,
Oh yeah,
remember,
she did come back.
Kristen and Lee went back to their conversation, and she was just
exactly
actually around the wall, but she
right.
was still
And
listening.
she didn't, and that's what I have a
And
suspicion that
yeah,
Wendy is not gonna make it to her destination, because I believe, because Kristen did, if I'm not mistaken, Kristen leaves Lee. I think Kristen is gonna find her, and her ass is gonna end up in one of them Demira tunnels.
they left together. Lee and
Okay,
Kristen
so
left
y'all certain
together.
of that? Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
very
but I
certain of it.
wonder. So I wonder who gonna get her, because I don't think that Wendy gonna make it to her destination.
Ain't nobody
Because
going with her.
Nobody gonna get them. It's gonna happen. The information is gonna come out, and we saw that. I believe we've confirmed that in the November sweeps.
Well, she already told Johnny in the message, right? Didn't she tell him in the message, or
No,
did
she
she
just
just?
She
said they
called
needed
him.
to talk.
Oh,
No,
okay,
she,
okay,
Well,
yeah.
this
okay.
is what she said, Sam. When she called him, she said, I got enough. He said, well, were you able to get anything? And she said, yes, I got enough to realize that your suspicion may be right.
Yeah, she said, I think you were right, Johnny.
Yep.
I think you
Because
were right.
Johnny,
You know
yeah,
what? I
because
figured out what it is. I remember now. Bubbles, the crackling is my damn dryer. I
eh?
kept wondering. Yes, let me go fix this because I kept wondering. Like, I hear the static and the Bubbles is hearing, but it's not. I'm not doing anything, and I thought it was somebody else.
Mm-mm,
Can't
it's been
stand
you
it.
the whole time, sis. It's okay.
You suspected it was me?
I mean, I put you on mute one time and the crackling stopped, so it don't it don't take a lot to deduce when you have the power to
Oh,
mute people.
but they off now.
Bubbles. I love Bubbles.
Well,
See,
it's
that's
not
my
it
girl.
now. It's my dryer off.
Bubbles
Okay.
is hilarious.
She
Well, yeah.
is. She is.
Okay, but
You
yeah,
knew it was me.
I I
She
watched
Mother
was
that.
saving face, Sam. She was saving face. Didn't want to throw you out there on Front Street like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
because other things happened last night that we don't talk about on live, but
I thought I was hearing things when I was exiting. I
what?
was like, why did it sound like what? No, I'm hearing things. It's getting late.
What
I'm not hearing what
happened?
I'm
I
hearing.
missed last night's live. What happened?
Once the show shuts down, if anybody wants to stay in the
I
live
will stay.
afterwards, I
Yeah,
will
me
stay, but
too.
I'm not gonna tell nobody on live because
Okay, I'll stay. But going back to Dave, so that was that. That was the end of that. And we know Johnny had a conversation with Gabby. Now I've talked to some Twitter folk. A lot of people felt like I felt at the beginning when Rolf gave Gabby that shot that she may be faking that, her memory has been lost.
Mhm.
And I decided that no, because she seemed to be absolutely, just unknowing. I mean, it's like, her memory is gone because she remembers that part of the conversation all the way up to where he gave her the shot. So she don't
Mhm.
remember that. Only thing she remember basically is what he told her, the memory he planted in her head, right? But today, I don't know. A lot of people on Twitter felt like Gabby was just going along with it, that she may still have her memory and she's, putting together her own plans. I don't know. I watched it a couple of times. I didn't catch it.
I didn't
I
get
won't.
that either. I just got that all she was just doing what everybody's does when they under Rolf's control. Just says what Rolf programmed her to do. And she was like,
Yes.
yeah, I believe that, and the other. But I went and talked to Ralph. And then he said everything was good. And for some strange reason, I believe him.
That's exactly. And Johnny, it even piqued Johnny's curiosity too. And he was like, Raw? Since
Hmm.
when do we believe Rolf? He
And
found
she
it
said,
odd.
I said the same thing, but for some weird reason, I just believe like he's telling the truth. I just feel like he's telling the truth. That's because your ass under his control, child.
See, under the
You've been
control.
mind
Exactly.
melded, honey. I remember the day
I find
Gabby
and
got
I
mind melded. I
and
was like,
I
oh my
found it
God.
very interesting that they brought up the fact that Marlena has managed to, work around Ralph's whammies before.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. That's what I heard on Twitter, darling, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what I'm getting at. So, do we think that this is going on with Gabby? I mean, do we think they was dropping us clues, or
Well, that's the
Marlena gonna
thing.
have to save her.
Yeah, well, but they don't have to save a couple of people at this rate because the thing is, and that's only if Kristen don't stop giving her the damn serum, and then she end up in the hospital again. But that's the thing with Ralph. Ideologically, with Ralph in Indonesia, then the way to fix all of this shit is supposed to be out of reach, but it's really not because Marlena is a good enough psychiatrist that she has been able to break through or work around whatever bullshit Rolf has done to people before. And it may come down to her being the one having to get Stefan's actual real life memory back in place. That's why
Right.
Kristen was so antsy with Lee about Rolf being out of Salem and him not giving up the deets about where he sent him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because she's
I'm
like, I need
thinking,
to keep.
what if Gabby has already went to Marlena and got Marlena to help her remember?
I don't
Because
know. Marlena just got up out the hospital, honey.
that's true.
Time to go.
That's true. So
Nobody.
we can believe that it's coming. We can believe that it's coming. But
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, I
Jake gonna
loved
help.
it.
I mean, Jake, so Stefan go he go get what's the name to Marlena to program him so he can go and rescue Gabby when she about to say I do to Lee.
I
I,
don't
Yeah,
think
what?
that's gonna happen because when they come out for the sweeps, the previews they're showing is I believe Stefan gonna be in the bed with Chloe. But we
Uh-uh.
don't know what's gonna happen after that. We just
We
we
know what's
just
gonna
seeing the
happen. He gonna
we see
find
the
her on.
clips of him in the bed with Chloe. So if he in the bed with Chloe, then we know that he hasn't went to Marlena. He's still, he's still under the spell, and the wedding is going to be happening. So I'm thinking that Stefan is going to get his memory back while in bed with Chloe. It's all going to come back to him. And moving on to Chloe, Sam, did we see her today? She
Yes,
is
child.
still playing
Yelling
gatekeeper
at Brady. Child.
on the phone. Remember, she was on the phone with her
With
mother. Oh,
Nancy
I can't believe
talking shit.
Brady. Oh, let this bitch tell him. And I was like, what?
I
Like,
laughed. I said, bro, that's what you want? Okay, you do that.
Chloe. I mean, the art, she still got, I mean, because as far as Chloe know, this is my thing. As far as Chloe know, she don't know anything about what's going on or what Kristen has done to blackmail, none of that. As far as she know, Brady told her that he is doing this. He's trying to do the right thing by putting his daughter first. And she is still trying to drag him for that. Why?
But she need to
Why
go
does
find her own son. What's his name? Tate
uh no Parker.
Parker. She need to go find her own son. That's what Chloe needs to do. I am so tired of Chloe Lane running around being the fly in every good ship's ointment.
oh my
I
god.
want her to go away.
I mean, it made no sense, Sam. I'm trying to figure out why you still dragging Christian. Why are you still in Brady's ass? He's
What?
told you
Oh,
he's putting his daughter before you. He's putting his daughter first.
Well,
As far
Brady
as you know,
started it.
let it be.
Brady started it today when he would have died. I just want you to know that I didn't want it this way. Stop sniffling, you BATCH.
Yeah,
And I did say BA on purpose. He needed to stop that. All that whine. And that's how come Kristen, he needs a Kristen because he has got a yellow belly. So
yeah,
he needs Kristen to be the spine that he don't have. So
yeah,
I'm gonna need him to stay far away from Chloe because I don't like the Brady that Brady becomes when he's
yeah.
around her.
I can agree. I can
Yeah.
agree.
And every day is a good day that Kristen Demira walks the screen on Days of Our Lives.
Oh yeah. Did you see those tattoos today?
Yes, she was showing them, Hunty.
She was showing her
She sure
legs. I
was.
was like, wait a
I,
minute,
I
Stacey got tattoos?
they have been doing an excellent job in wardrobe, makeup, and hair on Days of Our Lives. Period.
Yes.
They have been just that I just cannot get over how wonderful everybody looks. And that was the soap that I hated the aesthetics. Love the stories, hated the aesthetics, but I have no complaints anymore.
Girl,
I
they
don't even see the pub anymore.
trying to be different now. They on streaming. They got money now.
Oh
They
Have
yeah,
anybody
mm-hmm.
baby.
seen the
We
out.
pub?
balling.
Anybody seen the
Right.
pub? Is the pub still around or does it look any better? Because that was the worst set. That's the worst set I think I've ever seen ever.
You talking about Brady's pub?
Yeah, the one Roman makes the soup at.
But you
Yeah.
have to understand that was his daddy place. It's gonna look raggedy because that damn pub has been there since 1978.
And they ain't been upgraded since then.
Right. It's gonna look old and worn and dated because it is old, worn, and dated. That's
Okay, well, they just need to leave that.
sit.
Yeah, they just need to not bring that out often. They need to
Well,
bring it out for
that's
nostalgia.
where the people. No, that's where the people. Where people gonna go for clam chowder?
I don't think people need clam chowder like that. I don't know a person under the sun that eats clam chowder like that. Clam chowder is a once in a while type of soup.
Well,
Who
not
eats
It's because of Roman. It's because they don't
White
have
people in the
him in any
Midwest.
great stories. So he's like Roman is the male version of Sharon on The Young and the Restless.
No, stop it. Sharon is
I'm
elegant.
telling you, that's what they have reduced him to. They come
Sharon
to
looks
the
like a
pub.
princess walking around serving $40 coffees, auntie.
Yes, she do, and she did
Roman and his
too
pub is
yesterday.
not even in the same category.
I mean, but
Um,
what I'm saying is, she like Sharon. She's a veteran. I mean, she's a vet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and they have. I mean, she had fight. She still does, but they have reduced her to nothing. The only time we see Sharon is when they go to Crimson Light or somebody calling. She have to go to somebody's house and do a rescue mission like she did yesterday with for Chloe.
And why
Same
don't
Hmm.
thing with.
you go on and make this woman a damn therapist?
I know. Give
She
her
could be the
office,
next
yo. Just
Marlena. She could
go.
wine aura.
Exactly. Instead, everybody drinking more coffee than they have a right to, and she gets called out on house calls. Oh, you gotta go help Chloe. Last time it was she had to go help Abby, and it's like every time somebody in crisis, call Sharon. She'll help. Yeah, okay. How about y'all give her a practice?
Right.
Yes,
Give
in
her
actual office. What was the use? What the hell was the damn use for her going to, you put her through school on the show. If you're not going to use it, I mean, what was the use?
ain't that
Because she is basically the Marlena of Y&R.
that's what she do at the coffee house? Don't she give like bartenders? She give serve coffee and give advice.
Free advice. Free advice, child.
For all that,
Sometimes
they
she
could
give
have.
free coffee too.
Okay, so I see your point. So why not just make her a counselor? Because
Right.
we all
They
promote
could have
good mental
made.
health these days. Everybody promotes it. So why not? I
They
go
could
in to
have
have my
made.
30-minute session with Saren. It's just a vent session.
They could have had Mariah running damn Crimson Lights and had Sharon with an office. That would have worked out just as well.
y'all.
But
It's
Tessa,
Sharon is a damn certified counselor anyway.
mm-hmm, she
Being on
sure
the
is.
road to getting her damn masters and being Dr. Sharon, Dr. Sharon Collins. She
She used
should
to
have
work at the
been damn Dr. Sharon Collins.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She should have been had some letters behind her damn name, people in her face every day. Genoa City ain't got no kind of mental health professional
And
other
they need it.
than Sharon.
And they
Give
need it.
that woman
A
a
practice.
goddamn cube at the very least so she can have these people come in here and get some help.
Yeah.
Especially them high power corporations, they should have a place where people can go in and just sit down and have a conversation. I
Right.
can see that being a thing. Go send an email to Sharon and schedule you a 30-minute or an hour session, 2 hour, whatever you feel y'all need.
Exactly. I'm telling you, the Marlene of Y&R, I mean, she's practically doing that. They just need to pull out of that doggone coffee house.
Exactly. They need to give her a set and
They
and
need to
um
give
and,
her a
and
set.
incorporate them that this all that these crazy storylines with these people seeing the therapist.
But I see
Exactly.
Alexa Storm want to talk about Y&R a little bit. But before we close out of days, the only other thing that I loved was Alex, Eric, and Nicole.
Yeah,
And baby, I was eating it up. I was eating it
me
up,
too.
Sam. Look at here.
Yeah,
Look at here.
when are we gonna talk about Eric and Nicole, honey? Because Brady was standing up there taking them pictures, and Alex was like, "I need you to smolder." And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah. I don't smolder.
And so when he left, and it was just Alex in the room and Nicole and Eric, and they were sitting there trying not to look at each other, and Alex
But looking at each other.
trying to mind his business. But then he was like, "Hold the fuck up, y'all is literally smoldering right now."
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, this the look right here.
You said you doing it.
Child.
You said you
But
smoking.
Bubbles, but wait, it was before that when they was at Alex's office before they got to Basic Black. And he was like, and she was like, I don't want to be like give him the credit, like Eric or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, no, as a matter of fact, you're underrating him because those photos, it looked like whatever was going on, it looked like you was making love to the camera. And I was like, wait a minute, what? You say?
They
She
getting
sure
us ready.
was
They getting us ready. They finna have a
for
preaching the
Eric Cole.
prophecy. They finna have they go erupt on Days of Our Lives.
Yes.
Listen, here's the thing. Eric and Nicole been messing around since they was kids. Since they was absolute kids. They've been messing around for about 30-some years now on
Yeah.
this show, Eric and Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
They're Valentine's ship, yeah.
So the fact that
And
Ray,
he saved her, Bubbles. Remember, he saved her from her father's ring, that porn ring he had going on.
so these two belong together, period. The fact that Rafe is sitting over here acting like he didn't know what he was doing when he married Nicole, he should have been asking her, girl, is you sure? Because this man's your motherfucking soulmate. You sure you want to leave your soulmate? I don't even know what they got divorced over, but you want to leave your soulmate
He
and come
went
to
to Africa,
Child.
child. There
He
was a
went back to the priesthood, so she gave him up. She let him go.
so he came back and found out that she had slept with
So
Xander.
with Xander,
That's
yeah,
right. That's
yeah,
right. She slept with Xander because he
yeah.
was out there being a priest. That's right.
He
That's
was
right.
gone for like a year.
He
He
was
did, but he forgave her. Remember, after he did all of that drugs or dumped her, remember he came back and he asked for her forgiveness. He apologized for everything he had done. He realized that he put her in a bad position. That he left her. He had a part in it too. He was like, basically, I admit I was a dick. I left you by yourself. And so I'm not going to blame you for that. But it was Nicole that she basically let him out of the marriage. She was like, I don't want you to beat yourself up because it'll never, you a priest, we from two different worlds. But he came back to save the marriage, but she wound up letting him go.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see we got about 4 minutes left. I could do a quick roundup on YNO. So apparently Tucker's plan is to get his paws on Jabot.
Stop it.
How he's going to accomplish this, I don't know. Diane pointed out that I don't know how the hell you think you're gonna win Ashley over if you take the family company away from her. And he basically told her, who said I'm gonna take it away from her? So it sounds like his plan is to take over Jabot and install Ashley at the top of it. Maybe he got wind of all that shit that went down back the year before last between Jack and Ashley, but they squashed that. So I don't know how he would make work of that, but apparently that is a part of his plan. Also, the word is out about Diana and her whole scenario and the whole with the money laundering guy and Tucker and her doing a quid pro quo. But here's the part that had my ass laughing. You had Ashley and Nikki and that heifer Phyllis kikiing about it because Summer and Kyle came back to town today and Jack told them everything. But Jack is being very sympathetic towards Diana. He's not happy with her, but he's not ready to just throw her out on her fantail, which is what Phyllis wants. He also told Summer and Kyle that Nikki and Phyllis were working with Talia Morgan to dig up this dirt on Diane. And Diane, realizing what was going on, just said, you know what, I need to just go ahead and blow myself out the water. So when Phyllis comes over to the Abbott mansion to welcome them back, they tell her they already know about Diane. And she's like, and they're pissed, and they're actually pissed at her. They're like, you lied. You said that you weren't up to anything and you were up to something this whole time. And her thing is, well, I was right about Diane. I'm not the bad guy here. I told y'all so. So now what y'all gonna do? I'm sitting over here like, Phyllis, you got a good time. Even if they throw Diane out on her ass and say they don't want nothing to do with her, you still lied to their faces buku times. That ain't nothing. She's sitting up here in her head justifying her lying and all this sneaking around she's been doing because it turns out that she was right about Diane. But I don't think Summer sees it like that. Summer's not happy with Diane either, but she is most certainly not happy with her raggedy ass mammy
Listen,
at
I
all.
told y'all a long time ago that Phyllis was going to fuck around and find out because she thinks she's going to pull up some dirt and Summer's going to be like, oh, Mom, you were right. We should have listened to you. And what Summer said today, I thought we told you not to be out there digging up no shit. Even if you found some shit, we told you not to be digging up no shit. And what you doing? You out here digging up shit. Summer ain't happy. Phyllis gonna fuck around and Summer gonna cut her off for a little bit. You know, she'll never cut her off forever. But she gonna mess around and that's gonna be it. She told that girl she wasn't gonna do nothing. And this whole time she's been conspiring with everybody.
And lying to their face and lying to Summer's face about it.
Yep.
And the thing is, she would in Phyllis's head, and Phyllis is really just enjoy. She is eating like a vulture, okay? Like a vulture that just found a fresh corpse outside. That is how Phyllis is yucking up the fact that Diane really did
She's
have
salivating.
secrets. She is loving this shit to death. But it's not playing out like she wants because Jack is not throwing Diane away. He actually feels sympathetic for her.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he
Ashley
feels
told her that today too.
That's
exactly.
Jack.
Yeah. Jack feels bad for her because he's like, yes, she lied, but she was in a no-win situation with Tucker. So she did fuck up shit, but she really did not have a way out of this that didn't include her either going down for faking her death, going down for getting mixed up with the wrong man, and that made him feel sympathetic towards her. So Phyllis already then lost on that count. Now she's expecting Summer and Kyle to just throw Diane to the side, and I don't think she's gonna get what she wants. I mean, yeah, Kyle is gonna get into her, and he may cut her off for a while, but I don't think they're done with her.
Right. He can't be done with his own mama.
Mm-mm. No. And then Sally packed up her shit and left Newman. Nick and Adam were kind of sniping at each other at Crimson Lights because neither one of them is happy about her leaving. And Adam is blaming Nick but he doesn't really understand that actually her leaving actually isn't Nick's fault. It's 100% on Victoria, and he actually fought it. But if I was him, I would be kicking myself in the ass that I blew up my relationship just for my girl to end up getting fucking fired anyway, and now she don't want nothing to do with my ass either. But that's on you, stupid.
I bet
That
he
part.
feel dumb though.
He should feel dumb. You broke up with your girlfriend because you couldn't deal with your own issues, and the end result was that she couldn't even keep the job that you wanted her to keep, and she ended up in bed with your brother before it was all over with. Boy, you ain't betting nothing on this one. You owe 5 at this point.
I tell you, that's a mess.
It is.
All right, well now y'all, we at 9:02. Is we good or we got some more?
I think we pretty
good.
much. I think we hit everybody. The fact that Liam is a despicable piece of shit kind of ate us alive today, but well, we kind of had to get that out.
And you know what? I could talk for a whole nother half hour about how big of a piece of shit Liam was, but we ain't got the space on the server for that.
Yes, there's never enough anything for that.
Exactly. Not to mention, there's always tomorrow night.
Exactly. We can finish the drag tomorrow.
So we're going to do it then. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for coming out tonight and chatting with us. We had almost a full house. I say a full house. We had about 26 people with us tonight on YouTube. So thank you guys over on YouTube for showing up for us. Make sure that y'all are subscribed if you're not subscribing, because that's how you find us. And if you notified, then we tell you when we live. So just go and do that and save yourself some time.
That's right. Subscribe and check the notification button. And yeah, we got a little private business to take care of in a minute for a couple of minutes.
Seconds, yes. Thank you for reminding me about that, because you know,
of course.
I start downloading stuff and be in the bed talking about, oh shit, I forgot to stay in the lobby. All right. Well, good night, y'all. Thanks for coming to the show.
Y'all have a good night. Thanks for coming out, everyone.